it's Joycelina, and we are back here on the FrilCraft server, and today I've got a little bit of an idea of what I want to do. Now we have made our inn. We're supplying them with a little bit of the brew. So what the next thing we need is some bread. We need to do a bakery. So I think I'd like to put a bakery in here, make it a little bit closer to our gate here that leads all the way up to the tower. We have a very large windmill up at the top. And what I need to find out from Typort is that farm only supplying its wheat to the folks up there? Do we down here in the lowlands, in the harbor, get any of the goods? That I don't know. Still need to work on finding out. So I'm going to build a bakery down here, and one of the things I am going to do is do a smaller stone mill. So recently I uploaded a video, a kind of a tutorial video, and I'll try to remember to link it in the description, where I basically have a tutorial for a very small stone grind mill. Grindstone. That would be what it's called, a grindstone. So I think what I want to do is kind of build from the inside out is what I'm thinking. So I want my grindstone area, toggle that back. I want my grindstone area. I need a place where we actually do the baking. So it's got to have an oven and a big kind of area where you're gonna mix the flour and the water and all the stuff to make the bread, a little table to flatten out the bread. And then we also need to have a small little stall where you're going to sell the bread. And then on top of that, I plan on having a house on top of all of that for a place for the baker to actually live. So that is what we're going to put together today. I'm going to see if I can put together an outline. I might actually just build the little items that are going to go inside, and then we can build around it. So I'll get busy doing that, and I'll bring you back in just a bit. Okay, so we have our basic layout, and I have to admit I had started to work on this in creative, and it was shaped completely differently. So this ought to be interesting to see what I come up with. Anyway, let me get my little fingers back for you so you can see. So we have here our stone mill. Very simple. We've worked a little bit on the ground underneath. I need to continue to do more of the flooring there. Then you will move down into the area where the baking actually happens. You'll have a nice table for shaping the dough into the bread loaves, or for setting it out to cool. In fact, I might make another table right here for the product to cool on. We have here a small, well, actually a pretty big bowl or bin that you can actually mix the flour, because they're going to do large batches at a time. So they need a sizable bowl to be able to dump in the flour and the water and all the other items that they need to make their bread. So that's what that is for. And then you just need access to water. And then we have our fireplace that will then, this will be our chimney area, and it will go up, and it's time to sleep. Before nighttime so rudely interrupted, like I was saying, so this would be the area where you would need to shape the bread into dough, the dough into bread loaves, come in here and bake it, etc. So this is the overall design that we need. And then out here, this will be our market area. So we'll design something up, have probably some type of sloped roof going into the side of the building. But this is where we would do some sales to the general public, or we'd also be selling and making deliveries to our inn over here as well. So that is that. Now I've got to actually build this thing. And given all I really know right now is where the walls go. Everything else, like I need to get together the bricks that I want, and the wood that I want. And if I want to do a terracotta, I'm thinking of using the yellow terracotta to kind of coincide with the fact that this is a bakery and we need wheat. So I think we might have a yellow body up here somewhere. The other thing I need to consider is that this is 9 blocks wide. Now, I don't know if I've had this discussion with you. Whoops. Get back there. Actually, here. Put some inside in, something different. But being 9 blocks wide, if this is likely because this is 13 blocks or so, our peak is going to be this way, right? We're going to peak up and back down because this way 13 is too long. unless I were to come up with a double peak. So that's really what we need to consider is if I have 9 blocks here, first of all, if I do what I've done over on this building and on this building, the bottom floor is in 1 block on each side, right? So the top floor ends up overhanging by 1 block all the way around. If that happens, then I've got a building that is 11 blocks wide that I need to build a roof upon. And so the roof is going to be much steeper. It's going to be much bigger compared to the rest of the building. And in fact, I have to tell you, I've been considering doing a short tutorial basically talking about perspective of the slopes of a rooftop compared to the height of the building. So I'm thinking about doing that. If so, you might find a link here, or there might be an upcoming video that talks about that. But in this case, it really is something I'm trying to consider given the width of this building. And since it's 9 here, I think if I were to make it where the second floor and above is 1 block larger, it's going to make it a little bit larger than I want. So I'm going to have to work that out in my head as I continue building, but we're at least going to get the first floor, which is going to be some type of stonework done, and I'll bring you back once that's done. Or maybe a little time lapse? On hand. How many can I get? 5. Well, I guess that's better than 0. Thanks for the sea pickles. Now, how can I get you break these leads? You know what? I really don't need more llamas around. You had a buddy that came by the other day. He too sold me some sea pickles, and he left his llamas, I think. Did they get stuck around here? Or did they despawn? Thank goodness, I think they might have despawned. Yes, I have plenty of llamas. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, with that guy stopping by, allowed me to take a break and show you a little bit of what we've done so far. So apparently you like it so far. Yes, so this is my stone mill, all done. Great flooring. I decided to go with wood floor in here since it is actually going to be completed. And this is more of an internal thing where this is going to have a lot of things coming from the outside, people coming in. I still need to worry about lighting, which I will do once I get all the interior or all the exterior done. Thank you. Yes, please lead them out. This is a bakery. We need it to be a little bit of sanitary. No, I don't need you spitting around here. So anyway, this is our interior design. We've got our place where we've got, I think I showed you this. Did I show you this? Did I show you this already? I can't remember. So you're going to get to see it again. So we've got, yes, this is where we're going to make the bread, like make the loaves before they get put in. This is where we mix everything up and a little bit of water, and we'll have plenty of little storage and maybe more shelving over here, and our fireplace. So now I really have to worry about I'm not going to say what's going to happen to him in the future, but I'm already annoyed at his invasion. He's invading. I'm justified if it's an invasion, right? Right? Listen, nobody wants bread that's been spit in. Mischief managed. One of the things when you're building with a wattle and daub styled wall is that it can kind of help when it comes to the roof line. So as we talked about, I was a little concerned about this being too wide, or that the roof line would end up being too tall. So a few things that I was able to do is I added the top line up here. So I've just extended the size of the wall. So my roof line is going to start at this point, and I see I need to either change out that block or change out that block. Actually, I don't think either one will be seen. I'll worry about it later. Anyway, so it gives it a little bit more height in the wall so that the height of the roof is a little bit more, I guess, proportional. The other thing that I do is I often use these areas where the log meets up as a place to put my upside down backwards stair. So let me show you for an example. When I'm doing this type of roof line, you always have that one stair that is backwards, and then the other stair is the right way coming off of that. And these areas help me really define that this is where that upside down backwards stair is going to be. And that's where I'm going to start my roof. So from here, everything else gets built out. So when we come up here, then we will, let me get back up there. Whoop. No. This way. Thank you. I'll have to build out a little bit more. So now I can build the right side stair, and then the top here. Do I even have any planks on me? I don't. I only have a few. So then I'd have a plank. How am I going to get up there? How am I going to get up there? So then I can add my block here. Again, we'll have another stair, upside down stair, etc. And that's how that's going to go. And so having those little, the logs, where the logs are, those posts, kind of define where that backwards upside down stair is going to go. And then you can build your roof line up from here. Now, the other thing that doing the wattle and daub helps is in structuring roof lines, using where these logs are and having that defined as where I'm going to put my upside down backward stair. Whoops, I did it again. Scaffolding. So I can put my upside down backwards stair here, and then I'm going to do it on this side at this point. And I can build my roof line up from there, and I'm going to die here because here we go. Oh, I get to get down. Phew. Then we'll do the same thing on this one. So that will give me a roof line that goes up here and a roof line that goes up here that can be connected into this much larger roof line. And it helps offset the fact that these large roof line would have just like a plain slope. So it's working and building in where we're going to put those little gables. And in this case, we can have substantial windows or a substantial gable here, giving it just a really different feel to the building. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and I will show you once I'm done. Done with the roof line. I think it looks great. I think it definitely matches proportionally. I don't have obviously any windows in yet, and that will all be done later. And I think there will be a bit of more of a balance because this seems really, really large next to this one. I think it will help once we get our stall in, and also we're going to put some stairways in or a staircase on the side here. So I don't have my windows in. I think I'm going to put the doorway probably under this eave right here, and that we may even pull this out a little bit or do something where it's on an angle, but to kind of add that the staircase and the doorway right in here. I do need to continue our fireplace all the way up, and we'll have a fireplace in here somewhere, but I wanted to get more of the interior design before I started putting in all of that. And then finally we do also have the gables are on this side too. So I think it was a great solution to what I was going to do with this big monstrosity. So this is going to be a good size house for the baker and their family, hopefully once we get in there, because it will be 2 stories tall. So that will be nice for them. So with that, I'm going to get started on the interior. And again, I'll make some of those decisions about the exterior windows and such. And we'll bring you back once some of that is done. It seems we have another traveling door-to-door salesman coming in, and I mean, it's one thing to come to my door, sir, but now you're making yourself at home, and I don't know what kind of business your llamas are doing on the front porch. So I'm kindly asking you to leave. Almost? Yes? No. No. The door is that away. That away. I thank you for the purchase. I bought a little bit of rooted dirt, but now. Okay. You don't need to see this. Hello, gents. Can you please move? Where's the leads? Oh, man, I should have let you drop the leads first. Oh. Oh, there's the leads. Whoops. Oh, it looks like we have some llama delivery. Fantastic. I'll be getting those in a few minutes. But until then, ta-da! Here we are. Here, let me move my hands out of the way so you can see the whole thing. That's it. Our bakery is done. Now, this is awfully posh. I'm getting the feeling this is like one of the posher places around here. He must be a really, really good baker. So we have in here, I think I've showed this before, so we have in here our stone mill. And we have in here our area where we're going to be creating the bread and rolling out so making the dough so the dough gets mixed in here. We have the water that we need to mix in our dough. Place here to roll it out. And then we go ahead and bake it. And then we have our nice little area where we can sell it. By the way, do you like the roller? I like the roller. Using a candle on its side. Or a rolling pin, I should say. So yeah, we've got our little area where we're going to be selling all of our yummy, yummy treats. The only thing I don't have is cinnamon rolls. I mean, I think a cinnamon roll or two might be good to be able to sell from here. But you can see I don't have any cinnamon rolls to my name, so I might have to go work on that, but not in this episode. Okay, let's go back to looking at stuff. Then we have a doorway out here that leads to our staircase up to the baker's house. So we can come on in. We have a nice area for them to eat and their place to cook. And in here we have the baker's bedroom. Nice and cozy, regal. They got a little regal bed. I might change this to wood, but I just felt like it was so much wood. We did it in stone. But a nice little bed for them. And then upstairs we have room for the kids, the bakers to be, the apprentice maybe, to be living in here. And then a storage room, and then a nice little area for them to read by candlelight, etc., etc. So that's really it. We also have a small, how do I get out of here again? We also have a small area in the back. You can get through it, actually. You can go around, or you can go through on the other side. And a nice little area back here. And that's it. So that's the work we've done. I didn't put in any pathways because I really do want to build out some of the houses before we get working on pathways to and fro. But I think that's quite a bit of work, but I love how that turned out. I just think it's perfect. And I'd love to hear what you think. So do you like it? Is it too extravagant for up here? Maybe this is something that would have been more appropriate in our more posh area. Do I need to maybe make everything wood to kind of make it low end? Tell me what you think. And if you like this episode, please feel free to leave it a like down below. You can also subscribe, or you can even hit that notification bell to find out when I randomly upload a video. But thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. We have a few more llamas.